Hi and welcome back to Learn Music Theory for ABRSM Grades 1 and 2. And in this music video, which is going to be really short, we're just going to have a look at whether there are any sound differences between C and D and E and F, because one of them has a tone in between them, the other one has a semitone in between them. I'm going to skip the title and composer, just going to add the blank staff in, and I'm going to leave this at 4x4. It's going to be a really short video just to check whether we can notice any difference between the notes. Check this out. See what we can hear. So let's have a listen. I'm going to make this shorter, or rather slower. The best way to notice whether there are any difference in the gap between the notes is by singing the notes, because instinctively you will notice when you're singing whether it is more difficult to jump from C to D or whether it is more difficult to jump from E to F. The distance between E and F is a semitone, whereas between C and D it's a tone. And when singing these notes, you will notice a difference. Certainly, I, after many years of experience, notice that there is a very noticeable and undoubtable difference between the gap between E and F and C and D. And soon, as we start looking more into the sound and the different notes that can be in between C and D and E, you will notice also the different gaps and how these gaps are different for these notes. Regarding the quiz, I hope you did well in it. It wasn't the most complicated quiz you will encounter in this course, and I don't have a doubt that you got them all right. Of course, two semitones make up one tone, and the distance between any two adjacent notes, for example, C and the black note that is right after C, is a semitone, just as between E and F it is a semitone. So hopefully that quiz went all right for you, and if it did, we're going to move into actually looking at what the black note after C or after D actually are and how they're called and how we can write them in our music. Just as an advance, this is how we write the black note between C and D. This is the black note between C and D. So C, the black note, and D. And notice how the sound changes. Anyway, that's just a small advance for the next video. So if you're interested, go and have a look, and I'll see you there.